All right, hello everybody. It's time for another update. Daisy thinks there's someone at the door. I'm coming to you from my backyard today because it snowed. It snowed today and it's so beautiful. It just, probably a good 2 inches of snow fell all over the place. It's actually still kind of coming down a little bit, and it's kind of cold, but it's absolutely beautiful. I love the snow. I love how it creates kind of this quiet around the yard and in the air. And we're gonna have to play ball later, Daisy. You gotta wait, okay, Pop? So I'm coming to you with another update for friends and family. And today I have something different. Usually I have an update and a performance. Today I have an update and an interview. It's a chance for you to meet one of my really good friends, Maurice. So that's coming up really quick. But I do have two things for you today. The first thing is that I am up to something, planning something that's gonna be happening next month, and I would love for you to be a part of it. And the second thing is the purpose and reason behind the village. I'm talking again about the village, but this time with a little bit more of a focus. So before I get there though, I've got another quote from this book of Contemplations from Elbert Hubbard. This is my 120-year-old book that my grandma gave me, and I've been, looking through here, looking for some inspiration, and this passage came out to me for today, so this is what I've been thinking about. So here it goes. No one knows a thing for sure until he has told it to someone else. We deepen impressions by recounting them. And to habitually suppress and repress the child when he wants to tell us of the curious and wonderful things he has seen is to display a 2.4 acumen. That 2x4 acumen, I think, is a phrase from the time that seems like a negative connotation, I'm assuming. I looked it up and couldn't find anything, so if you know what the heck that means, let me know in the comments. But I like that quote because I really believe in what it stands for, which is that in order to understand ourselves, we need to talk. We need to share what we're thinking about and our perspectives with other people, and we need to get feedback from them, and that's a natural process of understanding this world. And so that gets to, one of the big reasons that I've been trying to create this concept called the village. So first of all, thing one is that I am up to something, and I'm planning something really cool, but I can't really talk about it yet, but I will talk about where it's coming from. So we did this mock fundraiser last month, and it was really fun. We were kind of pushing the limits on what we can do online. We're kind of hoping to show that you can have a really engaging, fun experience while you're at an event that's totally done online. And instead of just watching a show and seeing a screen and watching some videos, we're trying to make something really, truly engaging. So we did that. We did a mock fundraiser. It was really fun. We learned a lot. We had some technical problems, but it still was a really great experience. And since then, I have had a fundraiser at my work at Northwest Center. We had our annual Derby, and that was on October 23rd, and it was really successful. And we were able to kind of push the envelope a little bit because of these experiments we've been running. And we were able to bring about 200 people who were involved in a Zoom room, breakout sessions. Everyone had their own virtual tables, and some of them stayed on through the program, and we dropped in live during our YouTube stream. We dropped in live into those virtual rooms, and the result was just an incredibly engaging experience. It was really, really awesome, and I'm really proud of what the team did. But most of all, I'm really proud about the results because we crushed our fundraising goal. We were hoping to raise about $124,000 in our paddle raise, and we're up over $164,000 right now. So just way more than we were even expecting. And overall, we're raising on the net side $50,000 more than we raised last year. So we're really happy with the outcome, and it was a really successful event. So all of that to say that I am up to something that I want you to be a part of, and you watching right now, if you're watching this, you can be a part of this next thing we're doing next month and have this engaging experience. You can see it for yourself. So stay tuned up for that. The second thing that I want to talk about is the village, and it relates to the quote that I had talked about here, is that one of the things that people are getting out of the village is that it's a place to talk about important things in a safe way and get different perspectives on ideas you might have. So it's a place to meet people that think differently, and it's a place to voice things that might have just been in your head. So I think it's important to talk right now because, not everything is okay. Not everybody is doing okay. In fact, I feel like most everybody is not doing okay. And I'm among them. I'm struggling. I'm really struggling right now. And it's not just my own personal life. Of course, it's everything going on around me. It's kind of an unjust, unfair world, and so it's tough dealing with that. And I think that acknowledging that is a really important piece of community. That we don't want to hide these things. We want to share the good and the bad. And it's not to be complaining. It's to acknowledge and not have hidden. So this is something that we're addressing at the Village, and it's something that there's already been a lot of really positive feedback from the videos that I'm doing here. People have been reaching out. I really appreciate everybody who's reached out to me about some of the challenges that I've been going through and connecting with me on that, but also people have been reaching out in challenges that they're going through and sharing those and finding connection and healing and doing that. So we need to be doing this more. We need to be connecting with each other, and I think that's something that the Village can offer you. So if you're interested in coming to check the Village out, all you need to do is shoot me a message. So it's something fun happening. All right, so that's the two things. So next up, I'm really excited to introduce you to one of my really good friends, Maurice. Maurice I've known for 5 years now, and he's a really special guy. He asks really great questions, and we're going to talk a little bit about our history, where we first met, and some of the challenges that we encountered together. So enjoy this conversation with Maurice. All right, everybody, I want you to meet my really good friend, Maurice. Hi, Maurice.
Hey everyone.
Everyone, Maurice. There's everyone. I don't even know who's watching this video, so I couldn't actually introduce you. But well, a few people I know are watching. Is my grandma. So my grandma Grace.
Somebody's watching.
Grandma's watching.
What time
My aunt in California, Nancy, is watching. So you can meet her. Who else do I know for sure is watching? Well, there's a lot of people. More than 150 people watched the last video, so I don't even know like who all those people were.
Wow.
But so hello to. So I want everyone to meet you because you've actually been a really big influence in my life. You've influenced me. And I've really valued our friendship. So we met at, well, tell the story of where we met.
Well, we met at Washington Can in Seattle, where we worked with Jason in canvassing.
I'm going to show the photo really quick.
You have a photo?
Yep, there it is. You see it?
Oh, that is so crazy.
That's from 2015. You know when that is? That's October.
Oh my goodness.
Let's look at the date here. The date is November 4th, 2015.
Oh my goodness.
And look where we were in Belgium.
You look exactly the same.
I look the same. I got a big huge beard there. I look totally different. You look
well. Yeah, I mean, yeah, but you just cut that off recently. But just a few weeks ago, you look the same.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, I think I look a little different. I've become more chunky. My face is kind of fat.
You got a little extra. Yeah, I think you look pretty much the same.
You think so?
So there's a little trip down memory lane. I'm glad we got a photo of that time. But,
I didn't know the photo.
So will you share a little bit about what our job was?
Well, basically, Jason, we were not always in the same team, but we would go out to neighborhoods and just knock on doors to promote whatever the agenda at the time. It could be political issue, maybe if there was there's something on the ballot that people needed to know about. And Washington Can would send us out to these neighborhoods to ask people, voters, do you know about this initiative? So at the time, there was the $15 minimum hourly wage thing that was going on. Mm-hmm. And we would go out and ask people, hey, do you know about this initiative on the ballot for $15 minimum wage? How do you feel about it? Do you support it? Things
and we
like
had a script, right?
Yeah, we had script.
Using. Do you remember it?
I don't remember it, but
I don't know if I remember either. It's like, hello, I'm Jason with Washington Can. What was it was like, talking about, I wish I could remember, but they had a whole system, right? They trained
Yeah,
us on,
yeah.
the
I have
hook and the,
a file somewhere with some of that script,
yeah.
But there
But
were times that we would go out just to raise money, and Jason was like the top fundraiser. Like he'd go, and because we had quotas, we had like, you're supposed to raise this much money. I always had difficulty meeting those quotas, but Jason always overperform. You'd always, if we
why do you think that was? I mean, I we had the same script. Everybody was working the same script, but there's a lot of difference in responses.
well, so humans respond to people differently. It just depends on how you present yourself, how the person perceive who you are.
Right.
And,
I mean, there's a lot of biases that come into how you respond, right?
well, humans always have, biases.
Mm-hmm.
It's a big difference if, for example, most of the time that we be doing this, it's late in the afternoon or late in the evening. It's getting dark. Someone knocks on your door, and this cute tall white guy with a goatee shows up at your door with a big smile on his face. It's different when somebody knocks on your door and this black guy that with an accent, So your response would be, it doesn't mean you're a bad person or anything. It just means that you're human, and you're most likely to respond differently to those individuals, even though they are saying the same thing or having the same script.
And that was a challenge for me because at the time I was training you initially. I was training you, and I didn't know how to help you because you're just like, they won't open the door. Like, what am I supposed to do? Or they just say no, and I'm like, well, it worked for me.
Yeah. Well,
I'm not sure what else to say.
There are several times I had the police call on me, follow me around, and sometimes, remember Claire from Texas? There are a few times that she had to come rescue me.
Wow.
Because we would split, so we would go in. People were supposed to go in twos, but we were not like together all the time. She would take these houses, I'll take these houses. Then going up this way, first door, the second door, there's a police car behind me. And so, sir, can we talk to you for a minute? We had a call that there was, stranger in the neighborhood and stuff like that. And there'll be some, white lady saying how there's been a burglary in the neighborhood. And I had the Washington Can stuff and all the stuff, but
it didn't seem to matter.
I still have to say, I had to call Claire, say, hey, Claire, can you come and vouch for me that I'm with you?
Wow. Gotta call the white lady in to like validate your reason for being in there. That's awful.
Yeah, so that happened several times actually.
Maurice, thank you so much for joining me on my friends and family update. And now you've met everybody, and everybody has met you. Can we do a high five? Can you put your hand on the other side of your screen? We'll go like this.
Like this?
That.
All right.
Bye, everybody. Thanks for joining us on that long conversation. It was a great conversation. All right, well, that's all I've got for today. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey. Remember that I'm up to something, and I'm doing these videos because it's part of a creative process, and I really would love for you to be a part of it. So the easiest way to make sure you don't miss any of my videos is to subscribe to my YouTube channel, so that way you'll get an email and a notice when I put a video up there. So you're welcome to do that. I also am going to post them on Facebook, so if you're on Facebook frequently, you'll see them that way. And then later on next month, I'll set up an email system, so if you want to be email notified, then you can do that too. So all that's going to be happening. Thank you so much for joining me for the update, and have a great day. Bye.